public donations.
My esteemed sister and brother judges, Shri Prashant Singh, Advocate General, State of Madhya Pradesh, Shri Pushpendra Yadav, Assistant Solicitor General, Union of India, Shri R.K. Saini, Vice Chairman, State Bar Council of Madhya Pradesh, Shri Sanjay Verma, President, High Court Bar Association, Jabalpur, Shri Anil Khare, Senior Advocate and President, High Court Advocates Bar Association, Jabalpur, Shri Aditya Adhikari, Senior Advocate and Secretary, Senior Advocates Council, Jabalpur, the Registrar General and other officers of the Registry, my dear judicial officers, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I congratulate each one of you on this momentous occasion on the 74th Republic Day. We have indeed come a long way since the country declared itself as a republic, with the Constitution of India being brought into effect on 26th January 1950. We shall always remember the sacrifices made by our revered forefathers, not only in the freedom struggle, but also for the formation of the new Republic of India. It is on an occasion like this, above all else, that we need to remember and show our gratitude to those who have helped build India into a strong and independent country. This day also serves as a vital reminder to renew our commitment to upholding the values enshrined in the Constitution. The judiciary is one of the three pillars of the Indian democracy. Each pillar is designed to uphold and protect the constitutional values. The primary duty of the judiciary is to ensure that justice is rendered through the timely adjudication of cases without fear of favor, affection, or ill will. Society looks up to the judiciary with faith and confidence. It is this faith and confidence that we must retain and strengthen. Society needs to be aware of what the judiciary is doing. We need to be transparent. We need to be accountable. The live streaming of cases provides an insight into the daily workings in the court hall. However, society is generally unaware of the work that happens outside the court hall. Without a robust mechanism to fix each chink in the armor of the justice delivery system outside the court hall, it is not possible to reduce the pendency effectively inside the court hall. I am of the firm belief that the judiciary is accountable for work done inside the court hall as well as work done outside the court hall. It is for this reason that I place before you an overview of certain key work undertaken in 2022 for improving the justice delivery system in Madhya Pradesh. Over the past year, a lot has been done in this regard. Insofar as the High Court is concerned, certain important actions have been undertaken as follows. 1,21,041 cases have been disposed of in the year 2022. The oldest case that has been disposed of was of the year 1968. Two cases which were 35 to 40 years old of the years 1984 and 87 were disposed of. 4 cases which were pending for 30 to 35 years were disposed of. 144 cases pending for 25 to 30 years. 1,039 cases pending for 20 to 25 years. 1,565 cases for 15 to 20 years. 2,400 cases pending for 10 to 15 years. 6,670 cases pending for 5 to 10 years. And as many as 9,216 cases pending since the last 5 years were disposed of. Since the reopening day of January 2022, all 3 benches of the High Court have been functioning for an additional period of 30 minutes, leading to a consequential increase in the disposals. Numerous posts which are essential for the smooth functioning of the High Court had been lying vacant. A special drive was initiated for the purpose of making regular appointments to such posts. 95 such appointments were made across various posts such as junior judicial assistants, personal assistants, stenographers, junior judicial translators, and other employees. In addition to this, 7 appointments were made on compassionate grounds and 12 appointments were made on a contractual basis to retired employees, keeping in view the paucity of staff in all the 3 benches. A recruitment drive to fill up 119 vacancies is currently going on and will be completed shortly. Promotions were held up for a considerable period of time. To resolve this, the process of streamlining the departmental promotions was taken up, and 212 regular promotions were made across the 3 benches. Earlier, departmental promotions were being granted on an annual basis, but keeping in mind the right of the employees who were being promoted, a new scheme was envisaged for posts to be filled up on the day the promotions become vacant. Thus, all promotions are now being made on the day the posts fall vacant. As on 31st December 2022, apart from 9 posts which could not be filled up due to administrative reasons, there are no vacant posts to be filled up by promotion. The publication of the Indian law reports had fallen back by a significant period of 4 months. The advocates were finding it difficult to keep abreast of the latest judgments. In order to help the members of the bar, this backlog was cleared and measures were put in place to ensure the printing and distribution of the ILRs on a regular basis. By the end of December 22, the ILRs are being published and distributed on time before the 5th of every month. As a result of the punctuality in releasing the ILRs, the subscription is increased by around 2.5 times the original subscriptions and have been increasing since. The design of the ILR was also modified to make it more cost-effective, resulting in the reduction of the annual subscription fee from 1,500 in 2021 to 1,200 for the year 2022. The plan of the High Court's annex building was finalized and submitted to the state. The approval is expected shortly. Keeping in mind the various problems faced by young advocates in order to ensure a strong foundation for their career, a new training program was envisaged to train such advocates through the Madhya Pradesh State Judicial Academy. A special workshop for advocates practicing for less than 5 years was inaugurated on 10 September 2022. A total of 646 lawyers at the High Court have benefited from the program. It's an ongoing program and more sessions are in the pipeline. Insofar as the information technology is concerned, numerous softwares, e-services were developed and implemented. A few of these IT-related measures are development and implementation of the bail application module, e-Wakalatnama, online paperless scrutiny module, and the Nisarg Smart Monitoring app, development and implementation of the QR code in the CMS software, development and implementation of the module for instantly viewing High Court case details status with the respective district courts, integration of case status with the ILR software, integration of MP Madhya Pradesh ILR with the mobile app of the High Court, integration of the MP ILR with the SCC online software, implementation of the Wi-Fi networks at district courts, implementation of the virtualization software and IT infrastructure monitoring system, integration and setup of the virtual court for traffic challan management e-challans, establishment of e-seva kendras, implementation of face recognition systems in all the 3 benches of the High Court, development of software and tentative calculation of compensation in motor claim accident cases. A state-of-the-art video conferencing center was inaugurated on 20th November 2022 at MGM Hospital College, Indore, Medical College, Indore, under the e-court project to enable the recording of evidence of doctors online across various courts of the country. It has resulted in ease of recording evidence and consequently speedy disposal of pending cases. So far as the Legal Services Authority is concerned, a few of the key actions that have been undertaken are as follows. From October 21 to December 22, 5 national Lok Adalats were held in which 4,699 cases were disposed of by granting compensation to 20,197 persons to the tune of about 32 crores. 126 advocates have been selected for the panel of the High Court Legal Service Authority for providing legal aid. 1 ADR center at Umaria and 11 mediation centers at Maihar, Chaurai, Kutch Road, Alod, Bihar, Nivas, Patharia, Garot, Bhanpura, Sitamau and Narayangarh were inaugurated. Since no trained mediator was available in certain districts, a 40-hour online mediation training was organized from the 28th October 22 to 4th November 22 for 57 advocates from the districts of Alirajpur, Balaghat, Bhind, Burhanpur, Dhar, Dindori, Jhabua, Katni, Khandwa, Mandla, Mandleshwar, Rajgarh, Ratlam and Singrauli. To strengthen the mediation mechanism, a refresher program was organized for trained mediators at all 3 benches, wherein a total of 65 advocates participated. As a special drive, legal literacy camps and special medical camps were organized in all the jails of the state. A statewide plantation drive was conducted from 11 July 22 and 2,05,000 saplings were planted throughout the state. As a unique measure with the involvement of the Legal Service Authority, a permanent center for manufacturing artificial limbs at HMJ Medical College, Indore was inaugurated on 20th November 22. Due to this initiative, artificial limb fitment, appliances, etc. would be provided free of cost to the needy. A 3-day camp was also inaugurated at MY Hospital, Indore, where beneficiaries across 19 districts were identified. A total of 320 identified beneficiaries have benefited by the provision of 35 artificial limbs, 36 calipers, etc. Keeping in mind the difficulty faced by the specially abled persons, an equal opportunity policy was framed for providing facilities to the specially abled persons or advocates in the High Court premises. The above measures were primarily pertaining to the High Court. Insofar as the District Court is concerned, certain key actions that were undertaken are 1,86,578 cases which had been pending for more than 5 years were disposed of during the year 2022. This is probably the highest ever disposal of 5-year-old cases. It was observed that the older cases which had been pending for many years were not being taken up or adjudicated. Older cases were being shelved while other cases were being heard and disposed of. To solve this issue and keeping in mind the huge pendency of cases in the district judiciary, a special program, 25 debt, was envisaged. The term alludes to the fact that each and every case is a debt on the judiciary which needs to be discharged. Directions were given to every judge of the district judiciary to dispose of 25 oldest cases in each court on a regular basis. The scheme commenced on 18th October 2021. Tremendous success has been achieved. The oldest case to be disposed of was of the year 1969. 3 cases which were 50 years old and of the year 1976 were disposed of. 17 cases which remained pending for 41 to 45 years were disposed of. 29 cases which were pending for 36 to 40 years. 46 cases pending for 31 to 35 years. 99 cases pending for 26 to 30 years. 379 cases pending for 21 to 25 years. 2,420 cases pending for 16 to 20 years. 11,210 cases pending for 11 to 15 years. 57,437 cases pending for 6 to 10 years. 25,427 cases pending for 1 to 5 years. And 85 cases of the year 2022 were disposed of. Thus, through the 25 debt scheme, a total of 97,153 cases were disposed of as on 31st December 2022. The total disposal of cases for the year 2022 with respect to the district judiciary, including the 25 debt cases, is 13,03,962. This is probably the second highest disposal over the last decade in the state of Madhya Pradesh. The State Legal Services Authority organized 5 Lok Adalats from December 21 to November 22 for disposal of pending cases in the district judiciary, wherein 1,56,867 cases were disposed of and 5,64,982 persons received a settlement amount of about 1,771 crores. Matters of recruitment and promotions were expedited in order to ensure that all posts are filled up. As a consequence whereof, 137 civil judges junior division were appointed during the year. 2 judges were promoted as district judges through the limited competitive exam. 29 civil judges senior division were promoted to the post of district judges. 324 district judges who were under probation were confirmed as district judges. 51 district judges were granted super time scale. Refixation of pay revision was granted to 189 fast track judges. 79 district judges were granted revision of super time scale of pay on the consequential modification of the seniority list. Therefore, in all, 643 judicial officers were granted the benefit of enhanced pay scales. 794 persons were appointed towards the contingency posts of Class 4 employees in 49 districts. 14 district legal aid officers were appointed. 428 persons were promoted to Class 3 as well as in Class 4 posts throughout the state. 88 compassionate appointments were made in various districts and 39 existing appointments were upgraded to higher posts based on their eligibility. There has always been a complaint with regard to the delay in completion of the ACRs. To resolve this, a decision was taken by the full court to fix a timeline for completion of the ACRs of all the judicial officers as well as employees in a time-bound manner. The problems pertaining to the family courts are sensitive and unique. Keeping this in mind, 3 judges were nominated for each of the zones at Jabalpur, Gwalior and Indore to monitor the family courts in the respective zones. The judges would independently scrutinize and advise in all matters pertaining to family courts within their jurisdiction. This will indeed go a long way in addressing the sensitive issues arising out of the family courts. Keeping in mind the huge pendency of cases in the family courts as well as the courts dealing with cases of the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act, a request was made to the state for creation of additional courts. The state has approved establishment of 5 new family courts and has consented to establishing 80 new exclusive courts for trial of offences under the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act. Child-friendly courts were inaugurated at Umaria on 2nd April 22 and at Itarsi on 30th June 2022. A court complex at Manpur, district Umaria, consisting of 2 court halls and requisite facilities was inaugurated on 2nd April 2022. A new court complex at Kotegaon, district Narsinghpur, with 2 court halls and requisite amenities was inaugurated on 2nd April 2022. A new court complex at Maihar, district Satna, consisting of 10 court halls with requisite amenities was inaugurated on 19th April 22. Foundation stone for construction of 3 court halls with requisite amenities was laid on 31st August 22 at Gharakota, district Sagar. A new court complex at Agar consisting of 10 court halls with all requisite amenities is almost 98% complete. A new court complex at Sonkach, wherein 2 courts have been functioning in a rented premises, is 98% complete. The new court complex will consist of 5 court halls along with requisite facilities. Child-friendly courts at Tonkur and Kattegaon, Devas are almost 98% complete. As many as 68 residential quarters for judicial officers at Bhind, Devas, Tonkur, Shivpuri, Karera, Kolaras, Ujjain, Sabalgarh and Gairatganj have been completed. In addition to this, 403 court halls with 75 additional accommodations for judicial officers are under various stages of completion throughout the state. The first of its kind initiative was taken up by the State Judicial Academy to offer foundation training programs for advocates at the district level across 50 districts throughout the state. In all, 3,511 advocates have benefited from the training programs. Regional workshops were also held for advocates of the district judiciary, which saw the participation of 491 advocates. Repeated requests have been received to conduct more such training programs. Recruitment for 23 posts of direct recruitment for district judge entry level in the Madhya Pradesh High Judicial Services was initiated and interviews were completed this month. Interviews are being conducted since 16 January 2023 for 398 candidates for recruitment to 270 posts of civil judges entry level. For the 65 posts of district judge entry level, the suitability exam has been conducted in which 176 candidates appeared, out of which 176 candidates appeared, out of which 159 candidates have been declared successful. Recruitment to 1,142 Class 3 posts of various categories have commenced and the main exam is scheduled to be held shortly. The above constitutes only a snapshot of the key actions that we have undertaken to ensure that all loopholes are plugged in the justice delivery system. We have attempted to identify problems and find solutions ranging from pendency, vacancies in the judiciary, vacancies in the staff, lack of physical infrastructure, to the hesitancy in adjudicating old cases. Even though a lot has been done, the task is incomplete as long as a litigant is suffering. The members of the bar have to be commended for their role in reducing the pendency. I still remember the enthusiasm of the bar when a proposal was made for increasing the working hours of the High Court by 30 minutes. This has indeed gone a long way in the quick and early disposal of the cases at the High Court. The district bar has also contributed extensively in the early disposal of the cases. As is often said, advocates and judges constitute two faces of a coin. There are two wheels of the chariot, and many such synonyms are attributed to describe the close relationship that we share. It is only with the able support and cooperation of the bar that results can be achieved. The bar has been extremely cooperative and understanding in many of the issues and problems that are faced by the courts. I have no hesitation that the members of the bar would continue their support in the cause of justice. At the same time, I appreciate the efforts made by the judges of the High Court. They have done their very best in the discharge of not only their judicial functions, but also their administrative functions. So far as the judges of the district judiciary are concerned, I am highly appreciative of their determination and hard work. They have taken up the challenge to dispose old cases in a positive manner. As narrated earlier, the total disposal for the last year was 13,03,962 cases, after which the 25 debt scheme for disposal of oldest cases has resulted in the disposal of 97,153 old cases. As is the case with any change in status quo, there were minor hiccups initially with regard to the disposal of the 25 oldest cases. The judicial officers have been quite successful and have worked hard to ensure that the cases that have been pending since years reach a finality. The district bar has ably supported the cause of discharging the debt of pending cases. I am confident that the district judiciary as well as the district bar will rise to the occasion and ensure greater disposal of cases in the years to come. The pendency of cases is indeed a debt on us. It is our liability. In Hindu law, it is the pious obligation of the son to discharge the debt of his father. I feel that it is our pious obligation to reduce the pendency of cases. Not doing so is a gross dereliction of our primary duty as judges. Though it is always said that the increase in the filing of cases only reflects the faith of the common man in the judiciary, I am of the view that such faith of the common man in the judiciary can be retained only if the cases are disposed of in a real and quick manner. Even though every case requires absolute attention, it does not mean that attention and care should be delayed to such an extent that cases lie undisposed for more than 30 years. This needs to be solved, and this can be done with the active cooperation of the members of the bar as well as the judges. Pursuant to the 25 debt scheme, the district judiciary and the advocates at the district bar have come forth to narrate very heartwarming stories by the litigants upon disposal of their cases which had not seen a hearing for years together. The earlier a case is disposed of, the greater is the confidence in the judiciary. Therefore, it is this debt that requires to be discharged. It is indeed a heavy burden on us, but with proper efforts, I am sure we will be able to tackle the pendency as early as possible. We have tried to find novel ways to increase the efficiency of the justice delivery system over the course of the last 1 year. We have increased the working hours, implemented a new listing and mentioning policy, introduced the 25 debt scheme, created new physical and technical infrastructure, strengthened the mediation and legal services authorities, conducted training programs for advocates, filled long pending vacant posts in the judiciary, ensured regular promotions, adequate pay, and filled long pending vacant posts for ancillary staff and other employees. A couple of other issues are also in the process of being resolved. Notwithstanding the measures that have been implemented, I have always extended an open invitation to the members of the bar to offer their views and suggest ways and means to solve the problems faced by the judiciary. I have received suggestions from them, and some of them have also been implemented. It is indeed a constant battle between filing and disposal that we are faced with. The efforts should be to ensure that the disposal rate is far higher than the filing rate. We should make an endeavor to ensure that the pendency of cases for such a huge period of time gets reduced. On this Republic Day, let us renew our efforts to uphold and carry out the duties entrusted to us by the Constitution. I once again wish you all a very happy Republic Day.
May I request all the honorable judges, esteemed Advocate General, officers of the law officers of the government, office bearers of the various bar organizations, judicial officers, and respected members of the bar to please join us for the breakfast in a palm trees garden nearby the gate number 1. May I also request to all the staff member and the employees of the High Court, please join us for the breakfast in a square lawn nearby the gate number 2. Thank you.